Okay, let's just get right into it. The title of this book, How to Deal with a Dumbass, is, well, it's designed to grab you, right? And it does. But the author, Lonnie Ray, she argues this is about way more than just venting your frustrations. It's actually about something much deeper. And there it is. That feeling. You know exactly what she's talking about. That split-second gut reaction when some car just swerves right in front of you. We've all been there. But here's the twist. Her point isn't about that other driver at all. It's about what happens to you next and how you can stop that one moment from ruining your whole day. And that's the real secret sauce here. This isn't some battle plan for confrontation. No, it's a defense strategy. It's about putting up a kind of shield to protect your own inner peace, your energy, so you can actually operate at your best without being drained by, well, everyone else. So before we go any further, we have to get on the same page with the definition. The author isn't just tossing this word around as an insult. She's using it as a label for something very specific. And here's the key. It has absolutely nothing to do with how smart someone is. So think of it this way. It's a shorthand for a collection of observable personality traits. These traits are like clues, little breadcrumbs that help you predict how someone is likely to behave down the road, especially when things get tough, in a crisis. It's about a pattern of behavior, not a person's IQ. What's really fascinating is the language the author deliberately avoids. You won't find words like toxic or narcissistic in here. And you have to ask why. Well, it's because this guide isn't about playing armchair psychologist. It's about focusing only on what you can actually see and observe with your own two eyes. Okay, so this brings us to the really practical part of the guide, how to actually spot these patterns. Think of this as your spotter's guide for identifying trouble long before it has a chance to mess with your life. The author boils it down to 5 main red flags. You've got asleep at the wheel, weak-willed, apathetic, being a repeat offender, and showing erratic behavior. Now, to really give you a feel for how this works, we're going to zoom in on 2 of the big ones. All right, first up is a behavior pattern that is, let's just say it's everywhere. Asleep at the wheel. This is the person who just seems to be drifting through life. They totally lack situational awareness. It's not that they're malicious, it's that they consistently make bad choices because they're just not paying attention. And that, of course, makes them a danger to themselves and, unfortunately, to you. And get this, the author shares this absolutely wild, real-world example. After some kind of mishap, her neighbor, a woman named Kristen, literally screamed this at the top of her lungs. It's just a shocking illustration of someone who isn't just unaware, but has almost embraced it as their identity. Wow. Okay, so let's check out the second major red flag. This one deals with a totally different kind of problem. The weak-willed. Ah, yes, the classic go-along-to-get-along person. These are the people who will do anything to avoid conflict. And what does that mean for you? It means they have no backbone. When things get real, when there's a crisis, you just can't count on them to have your back. This quote just nails the mindset, doesn't it? It's from a story about a friend who saw something pretty serious happen, but just refused to speak up. He tried to sell his silence as some kind of principled stand, but the author saw right through it. It was just cowardice trying to wear a costume of principle. Okay, so spotting the red flags, that's half the battle. But what do you do? What's the move in that moment? Well, the book lays out a super simple 3-step response that's all about disengaging so you can get your peace back. And this process is so powerful because it's just dead simple. Step 1, you say, oh, okay. Step 2, you ask yourself, do I want more or less of this in my life? And step 3, you move your feet based on that answer. Now that first step, that's the game changer. Let's look at that. This is the key. The phrase, oh, okay, is not something you say to the other person. You're not trying to start a fight. You say it quietly, to yourself. It's a mental trick to create instant distance. It lets you step back, observe the situation like a scientist, and just accept the reality of it. Oh, okay. So it's like that. It lets you start to heal. And this brings us to the real point of this whole field guide. It's not just about dodging problematic people.
The ultimate goal is something way bigger and way more empowering. So why learn to spot these red flags? It is not about judging the world. It's about being incredibly picky, incredibly selective about who you trust. It's about consciously building a team of solid, reliable, trustworthy people to have in your corner.
I mean, this line from the author just says it all, doesn't it? It really forces you to ask a tough question. When the chips are down, who do you actually want standing next to you? Learning these patterns helps you make sure your foxhole is filled with lions, not lambs.
And ultimately, what this is all about is learning to trust yourself. The guide is pushing you to listen to your big yes. You know, that powerful gut feeling, that deep intuition. It's about finding the courage to follow what you know is right for you, even if nobody else gets it.
So, in the end, this whole Feel Guide, all the tips and stories, it really just boils down to one simple, critical question that you can take with you. When you look around at your life, at the people you lean on, who is really, truly on your team?
Seriously?